whatever struggle, whatever the pain, whatever the impressions we are holding, first we need to address that pain, that impression, that whatever we gone through, whatever impressions we carrying, we need to address the pain first. Look into the pain, go through the pain and release it, address it, then come to the forgiveness. Don't read books, continuously. Take one book and read it continuously, be and practice it for 6 months or 1 year.
Let me give a brief introduction about Devi Chakka. So, Devi Garu is a seasoned meditation practitioner and trainer, having over 2 decades of experience guiding many individuals towards their journey of self awareness, healing, and the inner transformation. She's already authored 2 books, one on conscious parenting and another on awakening the divine feminine and masculine energies. So, as a motivational speaker, conscious parenting coach, past life regression facilitator, and family constellation therapist, Devi Ji has conducted over 2,000 plus sessions and workshops on spirituality and conscious living. Her journey has been deeply inspired and enriched by countless, close moments with Guruji, Pidama, Brahmashri Subhash Patriji. Her life mission is to awaken consciousness and inspire people to live with awareness, balance, and compassion. And of course, spreading the message of non-violent food, non-violent communication, and meditation as a way of life. Such a noble thought. Great. So, Devi Garu, so first of all, gratitude to you that you accepted time from your busy schedule, and we are so happy and glad that you could make it today.
Thank you so much, Sunil Garu, for the wonderful welcoming.
So, Deviji, let's make this as much conversational as possible. And yeah, so before we begin, I was curiously, this topic that we are going to discuss today, spiritual bypassing. So this is something very curious and very most commonly heard, and but more rather than heard, it's also quite often misunderstood. So can you please start giving us, a definition of what this spiritual bypassing is all about, and what does it look like, and how does it, feel like in this practice?
Yeah, sure, Sunilji. Actually, spiritual bypassing, um, when I heard this topic for the very first time, I can say this is the most eye-opening concept, and I love it. And I realize, and it's kind of gave me shock that how by knowing how I am doing bypassing, spiritual bypassing, and we all do, my dear friends. No one is exemption for it. We all do spiritual bypassing. It is also, I can also frame it as a spiritual blindness, and you also can say the dark side of spirituality. You may ask, what is that dark side of spirituality? Spirituality is light, right? But the diya will give you light, but when you touch the flame, the same diya will burn you. Just like that, when we don't understand the concepts in a proper way and we don't apply them in a proper way, we can use the same electricity for the distraction. So we can use same, fire will light up, and same fire will cause the, wildfire as well. So anything is possible. So it is important to understand spirituality in a proper way and apply to our life. When we don't do that, it will turn into spiritual blindness, and it will create further more delays in our awakening, in our emotional healing, and in our understanding. And everything got delayed, and we mess up our life with spiritual concepts. We can say that is how spiritual bypassing. We use spiritual concepts to bypass our pain, to don't look into our darkness. So, and we come to conclusions without cleaning up, inner cleaning. Without inner cleaning, we come to conclusions. That is how this spiritual bypass works, Sunil.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice analogies that you brought up. Great. So when you mentioned this, I think on the surface, things will look like, we hear this cliche, just think positive, just be positive. Whatever happens, we sometimes define it as it's all divine perfection, or sounds, oh, it's so beautiful. So what is the genuine need, it's trying to meet? And what is it actually is happening, and how does it go wrong? Actually, I mean,
Yes.
uh, we always try to maintain that positive. It's not that we are doing something. Maybe we are doing something unknowingly or knowingly, but the intent is pure. Be positive. These are things which we speak to ourselves and our friends also. So where
Yes.
all can go wrong? I mean, can you give a clarity on this?
That's wonderful question, Sunilji, because I did, so many mistakes in the same point in my journey, a whole bunch of mistakes. So I can explain really well. Okay, taking things into positive way. So that is what we see in spirituality, and we start looking at people in a positive way. And where it went wrong, so see things as they are first. First, we have to see things as they are. Don't, wear glasses of positivity. So, for example, when you look at Ravana, Ravana is negative. How can you look at the Ravana? Oh, Ravana is a great meditator. Ravana, see the Lord Shiva. He is a king. He, established a large kingdom. So that is all things are there still, but he is negative person, right? So look at look at things as they are without any judgment is positivity. But we misunderstood positivity as looking things in a positive way. No, looking things as they are and without giving any judgment, without coming into any conclusions, just see things as they are. Okay, someone is manipulating. Oh, he's a bad person, he's manipulating. No, look at that. Don't give that he is a bad person. Maybe he is not a bad person, but he have some fears inside. So that fears are driven him or her to manipulate people. So first of all, while don't come to the conclusions that he is a bad person, he is a manipulator. But at this time, at this moment, he or she is trying to manipulate me. Just look at that way, and you're not giving any conclusions, you don't have any emotional attachment towards it, and you are looking them in a bad way, but you're looking them in as they are, what they are doing. That is positive attitude. Instead of that, when we are giving a positive quote to it and you are denying what actually they are doing and taking in a positive way, and it will hit you bad. So that is how it is. Positive attitude means not giving any judgments and not, carrying any kind of impression about them, the permanent impression about them because of their acts, but seeing them as they are at that moment and realizing them what they are trying to do, and don't fall for them. That is what positive attitude, Sunilji.
Okay. Seeing things as they are. That's something catching my attention also now. Okay. So now, Devji, now there are people who genuinely, they do their sadhana in this spiritual journey. Some get through a long hardship, things like that. Some also yeah, accept, they go through this acceptance and compassion and a lot of those things. So, so my question here is, when we say bypassing, so is it like masking something else? I know you
Yes,
mentioned
yes.
about accepting things as they are, but in this journey, where there is a subtle, I'm still trying to deep dive and stick to this again. The question that I asked previously also, because we all go through those acceptance, compassion. We all go through those certain hardship journeys. Everybody has their own evolution, uh, but we are not really sure about if we are masking that, or or are we getting into a judgmental mode where is this a bypass, or should we be really concerned that are we bypassing or not bypassing? Is that really needed at this point of time? How do we balance? How do we handle that?
Again, wonderful question, Sunilji. Actually, to asking such a questions also, we need a lot of awareness. Otherwise, such questions will not come up. So, compassion and forgiveness. So, acceptance. And yes, we use all of them as masks, Sunilji. Sometimes, not every time, but sometimes we use them as masks. So, accepting. So, many words misunderstood, my dear friends. Accepting means what to accept. If someone told me that you are a fool, can I accept that? Okay, whatever they say, I'll accept. I don't bother for them. So, if someone says you fool or someone says you stupid, you don't need to accept that. Accept that they are angry and they are scolding you. But don't accept that you are a fool or idiot. There is a difference. So we need to accept the state of the other people. For example, why they are angry, why they call me stupid, why they call me fool, what kind of right they have to call me like that. So all this inner fight will go away when we accept, okay, they are angry and they're with their own opinions. So that is what acceptance. But when you accept that, yeah, okay, I'm fool in his opinion. It's okay. Maybe I'm behaving like a fool. So that's why he's doing that. So don't accept that. Don't accept negativity, the statements of negativity, but accept that mode, that kind of vibration they are in at that time. That is what acceptance. So many times we misunderstand acceptance, my dear friends. We accept angriness. We accept that the judgments. Don't accept judgments. So
Right.
again, compassion. Coming to compassion, Sunilji. Yes, we have to be compassionate from not from intellectual level, from heart, because we understand some concept and the compassion come from the intellectual level. It won't long last long. It will go away in circumstances when we get into the real time scenarios. It will go away. So compassion can come from heart center, and forgiveness can come after we are going through all of the struggle that we face because of that person, because of that situation, whatever struggle, whatever the pain, whatever the impressions we are holding. First, we need to address that pain, that impression, that whatever we gone through, whatever impressions we carrying, we need to address the pain first. Look into the pain, go through the pain and release it, address it, then come to the forgiveness. When we come to the okay, they scold me, they cause me a lot of suffering. Maybe it is all of my past karma, so I forgive them. In a surface, yes, it is because of your past karma, they bothered you. That is right. But what to do now? To come out of that karma, how to burn that karma. Karma is a teacher, right? We need to learn something out of that suffering, then forgive. But without any learning, without any, inner work like addressing our pain, where I'm holding this pain. Because many times, my dear friends, when someone says something, the pain will come not because of their words, not because of their behavior. It is because of our own past baggage. That statement, that behavior will take the treasure of pain, treasure of sadness in us. It will open up, and that will come. into the surface. The actual reason is not their behavior. The actual reason is something inside that I'm carrying from childhood, maybe from home stage, maybe from past life. So that is what making me react in such a way for the statements. Otherwise, for the same statement, another person, they will just laugh at it. They just let go. But the same statement is causing a lot of pain for me. There is something inside me that I need to look into. So that's why I attracted that particular person to trigger me, so that I came to know what is really happening inside me. That is how our relationship work. But bypassing all these things and coming spirituality, okay, in past life maybe I suffered him, because of that he is suffering me right now. So it's okay. So that is a conclusion. I forgive him. That is a conclusion. So that is how we bypass, my dear friends. Compassion have to come after addressing our own pain and struggle, and then kind of gratitude will come naturally from our heart that, oh, because he gave that suffering to me, so that I came to know what happening inside me really, what kind of conditioning I am in, what kind of energy I am in, so that I'm able to do this work. So in a such a indirect way, beautifully he helped me. So that compassion, that forgiveness naturally come through that work from your heart, that is actual forgiveness. So it should come like that, Sunilji.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. So I hear you mentioned about the anger and fear and things like that. So a contrary question. So if let's say we are consistently using spirituality to avoid all this, like you mentioned, anger, pain, or fear. My question is, what is an internal cost? There's a cost to it, to their own state or emotional well-being.
So when they avoid all this, they deny their emotional healings. There is conflict between a mask and actual person. One side, we are wearing a mask and showing that superiority, showing this wisdom to everyone, the very mask of our own, spiritual mask we are wearing, and we are showing and pretending like someone, but inside happening something else. That hurt is still there, emotions didn't healed, and in some situations we come into such extent that we just burn, we just blast like anything. And authenticity, we disconnect from our authenticity, we are not able to align to our purpose. And also, mm, there is no real change in life. We are kind of pretending, we are kind of taking all these concepts into intellectually, but there is, for a few days, starting few days it is good. For a time being, no, no, when I face something, I use the spiritual concept to bypass that. For a time being, for 1 day 2 day, it is good. But again the same problem will come, again it will come, again it will come, patterns. Even though I am using these spiritual concepts to bypass, because I'm bypassing them, the pattern will repeat in my life. Same abusing patterns, or same failure, or same emotional roller coasters, or same health patterns. I feel good for some days, and that health problem again come back. The cancer may come back, the headache may come back. And we suddenly surprised. I'm doing everything fine. I understand all the concepts. And again, this problem is coming. Again, this health problem is coming. So something wrong. This meditation is working for temporary, but not permanent solution. And we lose our trust towards spiritual concepts. With our own ignorance, we bypass, and so we don't address things, and we come to conclusions that I healed and I everything is fine, and again the things got worse, and they hit back, and we lose our trust. So that we lose our interest in practicing these things really into deep into core of ourself. So when we lose the trust, we deviate and lifetime will waste, Sunilji. So it
Correct.
is very important to understand.
Very beautifully explained, Devi Garu. It's like, if I understand it like an example, it's like, let's say I'm in eighth class and I somehow fluked and climbed over to ninth class, but my lessons are still unlearned. So it's
Yes.
like bypassing. So, we should be mindful about this. So I think mindfulness and awareness plays a very critical role, right? Because at any given point of time, these emotions and these bypassing nature will definitely come up. And as you rightly said, we lose the trust. We feel, oh, this is not happening. This happened at that time, maybe in the initial stage, but it's not happening. It's not my cup of tea. Various things comes in a meditator's journey. Very easily, people, get out of the track.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the awareness, that's one reason I understand when Patrici always says, "Come back to your breath, come back to your this moment." And why this moment? Because it is giving you that awareness, and with that awareness, we can pick those thoughts which are coming and you know mindfully
Yes.
choose the thought and take it forward.
Yes.
Beautifully
Yes,
explained. Thank you so
Sunilji, another thing I understand after coming
much.
to spirituality, this path, many words, those are misunderstood. Forgiveness is much misunderstood, like we are forgiving for others. Actually, forgiveness will not help others in any way. Even we forgive or not forgive, they have to go through their karma, they have to go through their journey. Forgiveness really help us to let go of pain. It didn't do anything with that perpetrator. It all the work happened inside of us. And again, I understand the word responsibility. Okay, many times I'm not responsible for this. How can I take responsibility? Because he is giving pain. How can I take responsibility? So many people think that taking responsibility is accepting the sin. Actually, taking responsibility is not accepting the sin that is in your side. Taking responsibility is something that you understand whatever going through in your life, you have the capacity and energy and capability to change, to transform. So that is what responsibility. I am responsible means I am able to transform this. I'm able to, figure it out what really happening. I'm able to come out of it. That is what responsibility. But many times, even I understand responsibility in a very wrong way before that. How I am responsible about this. I'm not responsible because he did everything. So responsibility, I understand that it is like taking, accepting all this mess because of me. No, responsibility is I can address all this mess with my capability. That is what responsibility. Instead, I understand I am the reason for all this mess. So there is difference between taking responsibility and accepting sin. But we understand like that. So many things, Sunilji, and emotions. We are here in human life to deal with our emotions and feelings, and emotions feelings play really a major role in our creation, in our manifestation too. So we have to deal with more than third experiences, more than spiritual concepts. We need to deal with our emotions and feelings, because those emotions and feelings and coming from our beliefs and perceptions create our life. So we need to work with them. What are our perceptions? What are our beliefs? And what kind of emotions and feelings those are causing? And where is the root cause for this beliefs, for this, very perceptions I have? And how they created in me, and how to transform them, how to take control and how to transform them, which will give positive impact and give such a intense growth in my spiritual journey. So that is very important work that we have to do in spirituality.
Wow, wonderful. Now, let's take different track. So, how does this spiritual bypassing, show up in our relationships? For example, when a partner says, "I'm hurt by what you said or by what you did," and the response could be that, you should release that attachment. So, what's the actual damage that's happening when we do spiritual bypassing in relationships?
Yes, we do lot of spiritual bypass and relationships too, Sunilji. And the most of the learning is from relationships. Most of the learning, because we choose in such a way that we placed all of those major learnings, not if not for everyone, for 80% of people, we place that major learning from our very close relations, like husband, wife, kids, and parents, mother-in-law, sister-in-law. So like this, our boss, immediate boss, where you can't change the job, you have to be there but deal with that same boss. And or else, in our spirituality we have to work with certain group, and where their ignorant spiritual bypassing masking people are there. And we can't leave them, but we have to work with them at the same time. But so there is so much of learning towards it. What I understand, Sunilji, because we need all of them. There is a beautiful line called, no mud no lotus. If there is no mud, no lotus will come, right? So we need all these relationships, all this mess around us, so that there is a lot of opportunity to learn. So sometimes what we do is, we use all the spiritual concepts to bypass again. So many times, coming to my own relationship issue that I faced with my husband. He is very good husband, 100% husband material, I can say. So he's very good husband, he is responsible. Only thing is, he didn't meditate. He encourages me, and he never stopped me, and he quit non-veg because I'm choosing this non-violent path, and he quit non-veg for me. And he didn't meditate. So I am in the beginning days, I am operating with such a spiritual mask that I want to make sure that I make my family as a meditator family. Dhyana Kutumba, okay? That is my that creates such a status for me. When I say my entire family is meditator family, I turn them as meditators. I want to proudly say that. So that is the inner thing, and I suffered my husband a lot to become meditator. Why are you not doing? We already have 2 years done after our marriage. You're still not doing meditation. You know this is good. You make me do, but you are not doing. So 5 years done, 6 years done. You're not doing, this frustration building up, and we have such a beautiful relationship, but I'm not acknowledging any of that, and I'm keep complaining. And with that complaining, with that resistance, with that intense anger towards him not doing meditation, not, it is not only for my status, for my urge to make him reap all those spiritual benefits. I am getting such a benefits. Why are you not getting? You're going through a lot of meetings and stress. And why are you not using meditation to relax? So I want all these concepts to, give him, to make him practice. But my dear friends, everyone have their own free will, right? And then I realized that with all this frustration, I created a hole in my lungs. And after so many years of meditation, after so many sessions, after writing my first book, and all that happened, but still, this bypassing and this kind of mask, protecting that mask is going on, and I suffered him, and I suffered. We think meditators will not suffer and will not cause suffering, but we do suffer and we do cause suffering. So then, after that hit me, and I realize that, I'm doing something wrong. What is really happening? Why I'm piling up all these things? And then I, because he is giving me a lesson, being really stubborn. And I'm not looking into lesson and bypassing, and I'm trying to change him, right? So then what happened? I started looking into actual lesson. What is really happening to me? Why I attracted this? Why I suffered a lot? And why I'm creating this hell in my life? And then I understand that I have a belief that there is no enough time. So, because of that belief, there is no enough time, I am coming to a restless state that he is wasting all of his time, not meditating. 2 years is gone and 5 years is gone. You are not starting yet. When do you start? Days are passing. So, this irritation, this, very restlessness is coming up because of my own belief that there is no enough time. That cause me really restless and impatient, so that I am not waiting for his own journey, for his own awakening, uh, in his own time and space. It will happen. And it is nothing wrong with him, it is wrong with me that I have this belief of there is no enough time. Then I dig deep into it and I realize that, and I change it. Okay, there is no rush. In eternal reality, there is no time. Time is there in three dimensional reality. So, and every flower and every tree and every seed will take its own time. For example, you when you sow a coriander, it will sprout immediately, or methi. But when you sow a mango seed, it will take it time to give its harvest. But when it gives, it is so sweet and abundant. Nothing compared to methi, right? It is a little plant and it is abundant. So maybe his journey is different. Maybe his journey is done. He is here to only help me because he has such a qualities. So I realize, by going through the suffering, by digging deep into myself, and I accepted him as he is, and I stopped, forcing him, and I healed myself. Coming out of that lung disease, and I came out, and lot of transformation happened in my life because I understand why he is like that, and he is like that to show me that I have this intense fear in me, this kind of immature behavior in me. So he helped me a lot by being there as a non-meditator. Still, we gone through 17 years of our married life. Still, he is not a regular meditator. He is meditate, but I'm very happy, very content with him. We have so much of beautiful memories, less fights, very cute fights for some time, and immediately we come back to our loving space. So, because of that learning. So, we all of our relationship hold some learning for us. Maybe we try to change them. I try to change my husband a lot. Years of pressure and forcing him to change as a meditator, but he didn't change. But I changed, and that gave me a lot of relief, lot of happiness, and so much of lightness in my soul. And in today also, he's not a meditator. He's a meditator, but not regular meditator. He don't read books. But whenever I come up with some problem or spiritual concept, he understand really well. And I really understand one thing, my dear friends. Normal people are very great than meditators, because we are like this with all this understanding and spiritual concept, but they are like that without any of these concepts. How much great they are. We need to learn from them. There is nothing to teach. We need to learn from them. When I understand that, such a great relief and bliss in my relationships with India. So relationship hold very good learnings and great lessons. We need to learn from them and accept them. Which is my own experience.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, we can relate. I can relate. I mean, in it's different. It's quite opposite to mine. My I've been forcing, my wife to meditate and things like that, and I can very well relate this. So what brings my attention here is you recognize these patterns at a much later stage. You mentioned about you spend about 5, 6 years of many X number of years you have been pushing, and something happened to you, and then there was a realization, and then you caught that, okay, this is the reason, this is the understanding. So with this experience, if somebody is, in today's world, or maybe to me personally, or to anyone here, how do we, catch ourselves during this, if that is a bypassing, or if that is something which, instead of spending so many time, I mean, years to understand and then act, maybe we could do something much before.
Yes. Yes, Sunilji. That's why I don't know the spiritual bypassing concept at that time. But later point of time, I came to know that spiritual bypassing, this concept, I came to know from Dr. Newton ji. So after my meditation journey take a really a great turn with awareness, with a lot of inner work after my interaction starts with Dr. Newton ji. Dr. Newton Kondaviti, he is such a great master, and I consider him as my second guru. Because of him, I am able to see spirituality taking out, drop that mask and taking out all of those layers, bringing that awareness into it. Because when we don't know this concept of spiritual bypassing, we don't know. Unless you hit really bad and go through that deep suffering, we don't know, we are not able to see. Because I don't know that there is a concept of spiritual bypassing, and I'm wearing this mask, I'm protecting myself, I'm want to, maintain the status of a spiritual master in such a way so that I make sure to change all entire my family. So I don't know I'm doing all these things. So that's why it is very important to understand spiritual concepts and going to such great masters. And I request everyone to go to QLU, Quantum Life University, which is in Vikarabad, Hyderabad. And they will take you to a different level of journey in spirituality. Sunilji, Dr. Newton always said, don't read books, continuously. Take one book and read it, continuously be and practice it for 6 months or 1 year. Don't read 10 books in 1 year span. Just read one book and start practicing it, applying it into your life. Read again and again and again. In that in one book, you will get the wisdom of 100 books. Instead of, don't run in spirituality, take one concept. For example, a very small book, everyone here know maybe the four agreements, Toltec four agreements, right? When we start practicing that Toltec four agreements, that give a great knowledge of 400 books, I can say. Just follow those four things. Don't read 400 books or 40 books or 14 books. Just read those four statements and start applying that. And when we apply, you learn a lot, transform a lot. Every book you should say that I am Devi before this book and after that book. I am Devi before this book and after that book. We need to define ourselves a completely different person before that book and after that book. That is how, we have to bring such an intense change through a concept, through a book. Without very such any such change, you're going through books and going through classes and 101 classes and 200 classes and 41 concepts, 41 days. You can go through, but take one thing and start applying that in a really deeper level. Then that will give you such a change, such a, we have to know, open ourselves, and we need to open to look into our darkness so that we don't go into that extent. Because these sickness and these dark stages are eye opening, because there is no any other way unless you open your eyes. Don't go into that extent, just open your eyes when you are really in a good situation, so it is easy to deal with. So you need to open your eyes to look into your own darkness. That is the only way to avoid that suffering, Sunilji. And really, start following the concepts, whatever we are learning, and living in those concepts. Then it is easy to coming out of it. We
Very
don't
much,
need to go
very
through that
right.
suffering.
Yeah. Very beautifully mentioned about the book that Dr. Mittal mentioned, reading that one book. And because we actually get deep. Otherwise, we are just peripheral, it just goes. I think I've been at that level. I need to really reread the book. Somebody said 7 times you need to read a book. Only then you actually get the crux. You become the book.
Yes. Every time
Great.
when we read second time, Sunilji,
Mhm.
understanding is fade away. The deeper level understanding will come when we start practicing and reading third time, and these two levels fade away, another level of understanding will establish, and it is such a journey, so that we need to spend very good time.
Correct.
Sometimes what happened, there are so many concepts and so many books, there is some kind of urge, we are missing out something, we need to know this and know that and know this. In initial days we'll run like that. It is okay to run like that in initial days for 2 years, 3 years, but in some point of time we need to come to a stop stage and take pause. Don't go into too many concepts and take one concept and just deep dive into it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. That's very nice. So I also like that the way you mentioned sometimes that illness and that suffering comes to teach us something. We tend to actually look at it like to ignore or get away with. But yeah, of course we want to heal, but then it will go along with understanding why it came. That gives a learning. Like you mentioned about your personal example about that hole in the lung. So that maybe that moment gave you the realization. Wonderful, very wonderful.
One example, Sunilji, a beautiful
Mhm.
experience of my friend. I mentioned that. So about this bypassing the illnesses and everything. So, and one of my close friends, she's my schoolmate, and I started meditation in such a young age, right? So I started teaching all of my friends, and many of my friends turn as vegetarians and regular meditators. So she is such a friend from childhood, and she got some kind of stomach issue, a very severe stomach issue, and she want to heal that with meditation. And she came to know about the astral healing concepts and all we do, right? Karma vipaka, astral healing, all those concepts. And she started meditation and she started pouring with lot of affirmations, and she invited all the astral masters, and she created an astral pyramid, healing pyramid, and all the masters of pouring energy, that energy is going in and clearing her stomach and so much of things. And she's creating and she's sitting meditation. Then in that meditation, Patrisi came and kick the astral pyramid, kick the masters, and kick everyone, and it won't heal. He said that statement, he gone. And she is in such a miserable state. If something happened to me, I will ask Guru, and Guru came and kick everything. And where can I go? What can I do? And she is into tears for overnight, and she don't know what to do. And but she didn't give up. Okay, even though nothing happened to me, even though I suffer, I meditate. She decided like that. I face it and I meditate, and she started meditating and like that. And after 3 days of meditation, and she saw one visual that in one of her past life, and she is a animal transporter, to the meat manufacturing things. And so many cows and buffaloes. One buffalo is coming and looking at it with angry eyes and going. And again, a small cow is coming and looking at with angry eyes and going. And what is really happening? What is this? What can I do? And so much of guilt, so much of pain, so much of compassion is going from our heart, and she is shedding so much of tears with pachastapa, that. And the things is going, and the later for a few days of meditation, the group of animals, group of cows, group of buffaloes is coming, and she's sending and she asking forgiveness, sending love, and she's shedding tears, and that group is going, and another group is coming. This process and continued for several days. Then, and she think it will not heal because I created this much of sin in past life. That's why it happened to me. That's why Patri sir kicked away, and she went to hospital for treatment. And then they get the report and they told her that it was healed. There is nothing, no tumor, nothing in her, tummy. So what Patriji is, she is bypassing all that, whatever realization, whatever forgiveness she need to practice. She need to forgive herself, ask for forgiveness. She need to shred those tears and come up with that great compassion and grounding. Without doing all this, what she did, she want to bypass. She created a astral pyramid and she invited masters. She accept, invited that energies and clearing up, and Patriji came and kick everything. So that is how actual healing. Even though without undergoing all this process, if she healed in such a way, maybe it got healed, but it will come back. After 1 year, after 2 years, maybe it will come back and it will intensify, it will double. Now, when it come back, then she lost her trust in meditation and the life will, waste and she will deviate, right? So that
Correct.
is why don't bypass. Go through your suffering, go through your lessons and heal. Then that healing will consistent. It will not come back pattern, will not repeat. That, that is Sunilji.
Wonderful, wonderful example. Thank you so much for sharing that. I have one more question, Devi. I know we mentioned about this. It's very basic question, but I still want to emphasize on this. So, our actual, current practices like meditation, where does this meditation fit into this whole thing? Can meditation be a tool for bypassing, to help in, in this? And how do we engage ourselves, that can support uh, this journey by integrating, than avoiding something. So there's always two things that happens. You avoid, we try to push, or we try to integrate. So this whole meditation practice, I want to hear your comment on this.
Yes, Sunilji, meditation is very, very important. So I can describe our spiritual journey is a great, mansion. Okay. So for that great mansion of our spiritual journey, meditation is a foundation. So the every book you read is a wall. Every concept you understand is a brick. Is a beautiful thing added to that mansion. But without meditation, that mansion will not stay. No matter how many books we read, how many concepts we learn, whatever we do, it will all collapse if we don't meditate. So meditation is like a foundation for our spiritual journeys, for our mansion of spirituality. So everything stand. I want to practice this. That practice will stand on meditation because it is the foundation. And I ask you to meditate with awareness. Meditate with mindfulness. Don't, you know, just close your eyes and whatever happened, let it happen and open your eyes and go. No, not like that. We have to be in such a mindful state in meditation. So then it will bring such an intense change in our life, my dear friends. Meditation is very important, and the meditation should be effective after you waking up. So the meditative state, the energy we need to continue. For example, meditated in the morning. That efforts need to be there. That kind of vibration I need to carry forward. My meditation should be like that. If I close my eyes and open my eyes, and again I'll change that with environment. I changed, and I influenced. So that will not help. Actually, we have to be in such a state without got influenced by the environment. Beyond the environment, we need to vibrate with our own energy. In such way, we are able to transform the environment inside and outside. So that the to maintain that vibration, meditation is very important. Otherwise, we are not able to maintain that vibration. The inner influences and outer influences will, play kabaddi with us.
Very well said. Because the state of mind that we are after meditation. Let's say somebody is meditating only for 1 hour. So what state we are in during those 23 hours also matters. So very
Yeah.
nicely put. So, and I think World Meditation Day event is happening on 21st of December, and there's an event happening in Dallas. Do you want to talk something about it?
Yes, my dear friends, from USA, for the very first time, we are going to organize a very big event on World's Meditation Day. And I love this slogan, one world, one breath. So we are all one, and Omega Pyramid is all about oneness and unite everyone. And World Meditation Day is such an opportunity to spread this awareness and spread this word, and also spread awareness about Omega Pyramid and the work that we are doing here, and such the awareness we are spreading through the community. So we are taking this opportunity to, take all this work into the next level, so that we are organizing a World Meditation Day. It is on December 21st. And also there is an online event also we are doing. Whoever there across the globe can also participate through online. So, and we are expecting a very huge number of people participating in online and also in person. In person, we are expecting nearly 2,000 people, 1,500 to 2,000 people to participate in person. And also online, we are targeting for 50,000 people to meditate on a same time. So, my dear friends, I came to know the power of group meditation through many scenarios are there, but one thing I came to know is maybe you all know the book Untold Story of Sita. That is one book created such a deep impact on me, and every concept stayed in my heart in that book. And the girls, the women in the Ayodhya meditate and do the prayer together every day, and that created a great shield around Sita Mata. Even Ravana not able to come near. So that meditation in one place with a good intention will create such a great impact. Even we can take away the big, tsunamis or, earthquakes or world wars. We are able to, take away such kind of events from our history with massive group meditations. The massive group meditations have such a power, and it is a great opportunity to get a chance to participate in such kind of events. So please save your date for December 21st. If you are in anywhere in America, please travel to Dallas and please participate with us in-person event. Maybe you may not know the impact of such a great meditations at that time, but indirectly, unknowingly, you are doing a great thing and taking part of a great event. So please make yourself available on that day, December 21st. Don't engage with any dating. Save your dates and participate in person if possible, or otherwise participate in um, online.
All right. I can see a question posted by Joy. Ma'am, guided meditation is more important or music meditation?
Yeah, beautiful question, Joyce. Actually, uh, both are important. Meditation is actually, guided meditation is not meditation. Guided meditation, there is no other word for that, so we use guided meditation word. It is an energy process that we are doing. Once we achieve the meditate, we should do normal meditation, so that we are able to achieve the thoughtless state and meditative state. We know the layers of our inner self, how our mind calm down, then how emotions rise up, then how we'll get into our heart. All this practice and normal meditation should happen first, so that you are mastered to establish that meditative state, go inside and also be aware of everything. Once we establish such a state, then go for guided meditation, so that in meditative state you will go inside and don't interact with your mind, and be aware at the same time, so that your inner field is open up for the changes. So do such a changes with awareness, we use this guided meditations. So to do guided meditations, it is very important to lay our strong foundation in normal meditation. So with that strong foundation, these guided meditations will do some energy work inside so that we meditate even more intensively. So both are important. So normal meditation, we have to meditate with our breath and go really deep into ourselves and establish that mastery over meditative state. We have to be in that meditative state for a long time with awareness. You are really good in extending that meditative state, not the mind state. Then you are good for the guided meditations. So you can be in that state with awareness. You do the energy works inside, because in meditation, sir, what happened, we all run with our subconscious programming, right? For example, we know what is right and what is wrong in our conscious state. Conscious mind is like a boss, subconscious mind is like a servant. And conscious mind is only 5%, subconscious mind is 95% and very energetic. For example, take a factory, there is one boss in factory and hundreds of workers, right? And hundreds of workers' strength is very more than the one boss. But these hundreds of workers will listen to the boss, right? So what happened? Our conscious mind also boss, but subconscious mind is very powerful. It is 95% and listen to your conscious mind. And when you are in your childhood, early childhood, but after the way you growing up, between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, there is a thick layer form. So whatever you're saying with your conscious mind, it will not go into subconscious mind. For example, with in the early beginning, there is no conscious mind, only subconscious mind. Till the age of 8 years, 9 years, your entire mind is subconscious mind. No conscious mind was there. No right or wrong. Whatever you tell to your kid, small kid, that is right for them, right? So only subconscious mind. So once the programming happened in subconscious mind, when the adulthood is forming slowly, 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 when you're becoming a person, this conscious mind happened. But in this process, there is a layer between conscious mind and subconscious mind. So now already subconscious programming is there, and we are running with that program. With conscious mind, you are saying something and trying to change, but the command is not going into subconscious mind because there is a layer, because of our vibration. We are vibrating in beta. But in childhood, we are vibrating in an alpha and higher theta or lower alpha. We are vibrating in such a state where your subconscious mind is wide open. As we grow up, our mind state will change into the beta and high beta. Because of that mind vibration, there is a blockage between the conscious mind and subconscious mind. So whatever your conscious mind saying is not going into the subconscious mind. So we are not able to change. I know I want to stop sweets, and I am telling myself to stop eating sweets, but subconscious is programmed to eat sweets, and I'm going and eating sweets. So this, whatever I'm trying to do, that is not happening because there is a layer. So what happening in meditation? In meditation, your from your brain from beta to alpha, alpha to theta, higher theta and lower beta. That is the state. You are not going into the trance, and at the same time, you are in the awakened state. At that state, your subconscious mind will wide open so that you go inside and make changes. That is what we are doing through guided meditations. To do that work, we need to learn how to go into that state where you can be in lower of alpha and higher theta and maintain that state of mind that we are achieving through meditation. Once we achieve that through meditation, automatically many things will happen, because universal intelligence, inner intelligence will take care of that. But when you know the some particular area I'm bothering and I need to work with consciously with that issue, then I use guided meditation. I establish that state of mind in meditation, then I use this guided meditation to do those changes in my energy. So that is what difference between guided meditation and meditation. Both are important, and meditation is important to establish the state, so that you use guided meditation to do those changes in yourself. That's it.
Absolutely, very much. Thank you so much. Yes, and end of the day, it's very individual. It's like self sadhana. Everybody has their journey. So yeah, thank you so
It
much.
is not, it is not wrong, or it is not compulsory to do guided meditation. So
Correct.
Patrizi gives such an example, sir. He gave the right practice of meditation, which is anapanasati, breath meditation, but he never stopped guided meditation. He teach what is right and he didn't stop what is right. Guided meditation also right, so he didn't stop us. But he didn't teach us because that is itself not a meditation. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Wonderful question, was enjoyed it. All right, thank you so much. I think wonderful discussing with you, Devika. Thank you so very much for taking our time
Thank
and diving deep into this subject. Thank you so very much.